Making money in Cities Skylines 2 is hard.
This is the worst.
But here are some simple changes that you can do right now to take your economy from looking like this to something like this.
Here we go, money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
In this video, I'm going to show you 10 of the best tips and tricks for making money in Cities Skylines 2 that I've learned. And pay attention because one of these has allowed me to make over $300,000 per month in this small city that you see right here. So let's get started with tip number 1. And this is if you're just starting out. You can try to first level up with water pumping stations to not only get some free money, but most importantly, level yourself up so that you can complete the other tips and tricks mentioned in this video. So once you spam some service buildings and get some XP, or if you've already got your city going, then we can move on to trick number 2, and possibly my favorite, which is going to involve parking lots, or car parks, if you're one of those people.
Nice.
Once you unlock parking lots, go ahead and place a few of them down, then change the parking fee to $50 per car. This doesn't affect how many cars will park there, and I found that they get filled up pretty quickly, making you a decent sum of passive income. Moving on to tip number 3, we have to raise taxes. You can raise taxes across the board to about 12% without worrying about your citizens forming a coup. Any further than that, and
La resistance! Okay, you don't want any of that, okay? You don't want that to happen.
tip number 4 is going to rely a little bit on your demand, but if you're early on, you can try to place a little more industrial zoning than you normally would because you'll be able to generate some more income through taxes and industrial production. But try not to go crazy, otherwise your citizens won't see a need to become educated and will just try to work in the factories. We're going to need them to be a little educated for some later tips. Anywho, trick number 5, the big one, the easiest one, make them pay for some more parking. Try creating a district. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to cover this whole small city and then go into district policies and check on the roadside parking fee. Then crank that baby all the way up to $50 per car, and boom, from this trick alone, I was able to generate over $300,000 per month in this small city without adding anything extra. This one's probably the easiest one you can do. But that's not all. Let's dive into tip number 6, which is going to be to sell electricity. Much like spamming city services before, you can try to get an abundance of electricity to export to other cities. To do this, you're going to have to produce more electricity than you use and have it connected to your outside electricity sources. I'm pretty sure every map gives you an outside electricity source like you can see here. You can also sell off some water to other cities, but it's not as easy and certainly not as lucrative. In relation to that one, we have tip number 7. Lower taxes for the educated, well-educated, and highly educated citizens to attract people to become more educated and educated people to move to your city. Because more smart equals more money for some reason. I'm sure you guys can tell me in the comments down below. But anyway, tip number 8 is going to be to balance your budget. Reduce your budget for things you don't really need until you have enough cash flow to increase them without worrying. As you can see here, if I bring this down, I pay less. It's pretty simple. Just make sure your efficiency for certain services don't go down too much and prohibit your city from growing. But play around with it and see what you can do. Back to selling things, you can actually export your excess resources like foods or minerals. Ever since the Economy 2.0 update, farming has been considered a great way to bring money into your city, in theory. But I've tried this for myself and to no avail, so it doesn't look like I'm going to be a farmer anytime soon. And because that one really didn't work for me, we're going to go ahead and scratch that one. Here's a better one. Export your poop. For tip 9.5, that's right, if you can connect a sewage waste line to the outside of your map, provided that you have purchased those tiles, then you can actually export poop, which is far cheaper than the upkeep cost of sewage infrastructure. Thank you to Toadies for that tip. Go ahead and export your poop, guys. Last but not least, if you're ever in a pickle, just take a loan. I mean, look at these flexible interest rates. You can get a large sum of money and just take a long time to pay it back with very little interest, or pay it back in chunks when you have the money like I'm doing right here. Or if you're a real savvy investor, you can go ahead and try out some arbitrage.
Nice.
With that being said, go try to make some money, guys. I wish you the best of luck, and if you want to see some more tips and tricks, check out this video right here.